Welcome to the NewsRamp Science Podcast. I'm your host, Max Newsman, and I'm thrilled to have you with us today. NewsRamp.com curates the latest business news from leading newswires, bringing you the most relevant stories to keep you informed and inspired. Now, a quick note before we dive in. While this podcast is produced with the assistance of AI and AI voices, rest assured that the stories we're sharing are very real, and the complete news stories can be found at newsramp.com. It's Tuesday evening, June 17th, 2025, and we have a lineup of science headlines and stories that you won't want to miss. So grab your coffee, lace up those running shoes, or settle into your favorite chair, and let's get started. Here is our first headline.
DataVault AI Inc. collaborates with Brookhaven Lab to revolutionize biofuel crop optimization. DataVault AI Inc., in collaboration with the U.S. Department of Energy's Brookhaven National Laboratory, is using AI and machine learning to optimize biofuel crops, specifically focusing on increasing fatty acid metabolism in canola. This project aims to reduce development time for biofuel crops and align with U.S. goals to replace crude oil with biofuels. By leveraging high-performance computing and digital twin technology to model metabolic pathways in canola, this initiative accelerates research and development in renewable energy. The use of AI-driven machine learning systems highlights the potential of technology to address environmental challenges. This project not only benefits the biofuel industry, but also contributes to reducing reliance on fossil fuels, lowering emissions, and promoting energy security. It sets a precedent for future innovations in agriculture and energy, offering a glimpse into a more sustainable energy future driven by technology and innovation.
BioPharma Inc.'s bacteriophage therapy offers new hope against antibiotic-resistant infections. BioPharma Inc.'s bacteriophage therapy shows promise in treating diabetic foot osteomyelitis and cystic fibrosis, challenging conditions for traditional antibiotics. With diabetic foot infections leading to over 160,000 amputations annually in the U.S., BioPharma's therapy offers hope by reducing ulcer size and depth. In cystic fibrosis, a 14.3% clearance rate of chronic lung infections was achieved in just 10 days. Bacteriophages target specific bacteria without contributing to resistance, attracting significant investments and Wall Street attention. BioPharma's innovative approach could lead to a paradigm shift in infectious disease treatment, providing a beacon of hope for patients worldwide. Tonix Pharmaceuticals' TNX-102 shows promise as a breakthrough treatment for fibromyalgia. Tonix Pharmaceuticals Holding Corp. Presented positive Phase 3 data for TNX-102 at the 2025 EULAR Congress, offering hope to fibromyalgia patients. This sublingual formulation of cyclobenzaprine showed significant and sustained pain reduction over 14 weeks. By bypassing first-pass liver metabolism, TNX-102 enhances efficacy and tolerability, addressing key symptoms like pain and sleep disturbances. With a PDUFA goal date set for August 15, 2025, this fast-track designated therapy could revolutionize fibromyalgia treatment. The potential approval of TNX-102 signifies a major milestone in pain management, providing a new option for patients in need.
Copper supply disparities grow as more shipments head to the U.S. The surge in demand for physical copper in America, ahead of potential import duties, is creating supply shortages in other parts of the world. Latest figures show that stocks on the London Metal Exchange have dropped to new lows as inventory continues to shrink. The copper supply crunch in other markets around the world could be a tailwind that drives even more investors towards companies like Aston Bay Holdings Limited, OTCQB ATBHF, that have properties with proven reserves.
HeartBeam Inc.'s valid ECG study confirms high diagnostic accuracy of synthesized 12-lead ECG. HeartBeam Inc., a leader in medical technology, has announced the results of their valid ECG study, showcasing the high diagnostic accuracy of their synthesized 12-lead ECG device. The study, presented by Dr. Thomas Deering, demonstrated a 93.4% agreement with traditional ECG methods for arrhythmia assessment. This compact, credit card-sized device has the potential to revolutionize cardiac care outside of traditional medical settings. With FDA submission already underway, this innovative technology could improve patient care, reduce healthcare costs, and enhance accessibility to cardiac diagnostics globally. Stay tuned for the anticipated U.S. commercialization of HeartBeam's groundbreaking device. Gold surpasses $3,400 amid global uncertainties. The price of gold has surpassed $3,400 an ounce, reflecting growing unease among investors amid global economic and geopolitical uncertainties. Investors are turning to gold as a safe haven asset, driven by geopolitical tensions, inflation, and economic slowdown concerns. This shift could impact gold mining companies, with increased investor interest potentially boosting stock valuations. Gold's rise highlights its importance in investment strategies during times of instability, signaling investor concerns about the global economy. The performance of gold and related assets will be closely monitored for signs of escalating fears or a return to stability.
Sologenics Inc., NASNGX, makes advancement in proprietary treatment for Behçet's disease. Sologenics Inc., listed on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol SNGX, has made significant progress in developing a proprietary treatment for Behçet's disease. This rare autoimmune disorder is characterized by inflammation of blood vessels, leading to symptoms such as painful mouth and genital ulcers, eye inflammation, and skin lesions. Sologenics has initiated a clinical trial to evaluate the safety, tolerability, and preliminary efficacy of SGX 945 in patients with oral ulcers. With limited treatment options available, Sologenics is at the forefront of developing innovative therapies to address the unmet needs of patients suffering from Behçet's disease. Argentina's rising role in global uranium supply chain highlights investment opportunities. Argentina is emerging as a key player in the global uranium supply chain, attracting attention from investors and energy companies. Projects like Blue Sky Uranium's Amarillo Grande highlight the country's untapped potential. Argentina's pro-nuclear policies and infrastructure investments make it an appealing investment destination. With plans for nuclear reactor expansion, Argentina's uranium could diversify supply chains and support cleaner energy sources. As the world shifts towards nuclear energy, Argentina's role in the uranium sector is becoming increasingly significant.
Proposed North Sea oil and gas field challenges Paris Climate Agreement goals. A recent study by scientists from the UCL Department of Political Science, UCL Policy Lab, and the UCL Energy Institute reveals a contradiction between the UK government's energy policies and the Paris Climate Agreement. The research highlights the incompatibility of new oil and gas exploration licenses in the North Sea with the need to reduce carbon emissions. This raises concerns about the global challenge of balancing energy needs with environmental sustainability. The UK's consideration of new fossil fuel projects, despite its climate advocacy, could undermine efforts to limit temperature rises. The study calls for a reassessment of energy strategies and underscores the complex relationship between national energy policies and global environmental goals, emphasizing the importance of transitioning to renewable energy sources. Walker Lane Resources Ltd. unveils strategic exploration plans for high-grade gold and silver projects. Walker Lane Resources Ltd., led by President and CEO Kevin Brewer, has revealed its strategic exploration plans targeting high-grade gold and silver projects in Nevada and British Columbia. The company aims to leverage its diversified portfolio for significant discoveries and value creation. Brewer highlighted the importance of a disciplined financial strategy, emphasizing low G&A costs and a contractor-based model for efficient exploration. Key projects include Toole Canyon in Nevada and Amy in British Columbia, known for high-grade mineralization. Walker Lane's approach may set a blueprint for sustainable and profitable exploration, offering investors a compelling opportunity in the gold and silver sector. Stay tuned for updates on upcoming drill programs and permitting status to gauge the potential for significant discoveries. Investor news breaks. Quantum BioPharma Ltd., QNTM, begins first MS patient scan in MGH PET imaging study. Quantum BioPharma Ltd. QNTM has initiated the first MS patient scan in a PET imaging study with Massachusetts General Hospital. The study aims to validate a novel PET imaging technique for tracking myelin integrity using the tracer 18F3F4AP. The scanning occurred on a GE Signa PET MR scanner to enhance precision. This technique could serve as a crucial biomarker for evaluating drug responses targeting remyelination, including Quantum's Lucid 21302 candidate. Quantum BioPharma is dedicated to developing innovative solutions for neurodegenerative disorders and alcohol misuse disorders, with a focus on Lucid MS, a compound shown to prevent and reverse myelin degradation in preclinical models.
Thank you for joining us today. That's it for this episode of the NewsRamp Science Podcast. As a reminder, NewsRamp curates news from leading newswires like newsworthy.ai, 24-7pressrelease.com, newsdirect.com, and blockchainwire.io. We encourage you to visit newsramp.com to read all of today's news.